up, guys? It's time for February favorites. So this past month was a really beautiful, fun, and eventful month for me, especially this past weekend because I just gave my first TEDx talk. Woohoo! I felt like it went pretty well because I practiced like a lot. And I met a lot of great people, a lot of very inspiring people who are doing awesome things. And some of you guys came out, so those of you guys who I saw and hung out with, hi, thank you so much for coming. It was so fun. So this month, I feel like I have a lot of favorites because a lot of things made me happy and excited. So I'm gonna share some of my favorite products that I used, as well as a documentary, a podcast, and a lot of music. I'm gonna save music for last because I just have so many favorites this month. My first favorite is the Bloom Yuzu Citrus Fragrance Diffuser. Bloom is a company that my friend helped start, so I found out about this when she was running her Kickstarter campaign. So this is just a reward because I supported her Kickstarter. They sent me this diffuser and oh my goodness, it smells so good. I'm so glad that I picked Yuzu Citrus. It's so refreshing, it's so sweet, but it's very revitalizing. I feel like it gives me a lot of energy. I don't want to use this bottle up because I'm gonna want to keep buying more and more again. My next favorite is this BH Eyeshadow Palette. This was actually a gift to me from my friend who was staying with me from Taiwan. So her name is Xiao Fan and she worked with me on Picture Taipei when we were in Taiwan, and she came to LA last month to go to a makeup convention. So she stayed with me for a week, and this was a gift that she got for me from that makeup convention. So since she left, I opened the eyeshadow palette and I started using it, and since then it's been my go-to palette for my eye makeup. I just love it so much because it's so neutral, but there are so many different types of neutral colors. You can just create so many different combos. It's basically all that I use. My next favorite is this Brightening Youth Serum by Moon. This is a serum made up of prickly pear seed oil, argan oil, and rose essential oil. And so it's basically a serum that you put on your face after cleansing. It was sent to me by Joy Provisions. So they're a clean, natural makeup and skincare retailer, and I'm pretty sure they're a startup. So I'm just getting into discovering clean and natural makeup skincare brands. I think it's really important to kind of be aware of where your products come from and what they're made of. So yeah, if you guys have any recommendations for like more brands like this for me to try, I'd love it. My next favorite is a documentary called Twinsters, and if you guys haven't heard of it, you have to check it out. It's on Netflix. So the story is there were two Korean adoptees who were twins, separated at birth. One grew up in America, one grew up in France, and they didn't know each other until like the French twin discovered the American twin on the internet because she is an actress. I knew about this documentary for a long time coming, and I don't know what took me so long to watch it. I also have to preface it with my own story because I feel like I'm connected to this documentary in a way that made me enjoy it that much more. So in 2013, I worked on my first short film that I ever produced. It was called The Night Market. And on that film, like I worked with a producer and an actor who are both in Twinsters. So during that time that we were working on that first short film, I knew that the story was going on in real time. And I even got to meet Anaïs, who is the French twin. I met her on set. And it's so crazy to just watch their documentary now because wow, I didn't realize how powerful this story was. I mean, first of all, it's a crazy parent trap. You don't believe this is real life kind of story. But second of all, like the twins, like they're so human and they're so sweet, and it's just so beautiful to watch their emotions in real life, and you just have to watch it. My next favorite is an episode from a podcast. So you guys probably know who Anna Akana is. She's a YouTuber. So she has a podcast called Explain Things to Me, which I enjoy listening to random episodes depending on who that person they're interviewing is. So what they do is they interview people from all professions of the world, and for that one episode you get to learn about what this person does, and they get to explain to you the details of what they do, which is really fascinating to me. So the episode that I really enjoy is the quantum physics episode. This is just because I've always been interested in quantum physics. I think it's so bizarre how the reality that we know is not, it's not absolute truth. I love the idea of superposition and how something can be in two places at once until an observer looks at it. I don't know if I make sense to you guys. It depends on how much of quantum physics background you guys know, but just listen to this podcast. It will give you a good introduction to the concepts of quantum physics and also what someone who studies that can do in life and how do you apply that to life. And I just think it's very fascinating, and it's great to learn new things that we don't understand. So lastly, I'm going to share my favorite music in February, and I'm just going to go through like everything because, you know, I have a lot of favorites. So first of all, I started to wake up to big band. So there's a playlist on Spotify that's big band. It's kind of limited because now I feel like I know most of the songs that I want to look for more big band songs to wake up to. I love waking up and like listening to big band because it's just so brassy and jazzy, and it makes you feel good and it makes you feel classy but also like confident. And it's just been really fun to wake up to that, and I'm in the process of making like a wake up playlist because it's hard for me to wake up in the mornings, but when I have the right music, it can really like get me started on the right foot. Another song that I gained more appreciation for this month is All My Friends by Snake Hips featuring Tinashe and Chance the Rapper. So I've known this song for a while, but I think this month I actually got the time to listen to the lyrics. And that's because on Spotify, they now have this like genius app where they show you the meanings of the lyrics, and I was just kind of like reading that and it's like, oh my god, that's interesting. So if you really listen to the lyrics of what Tinashe writes, I think she is so smart. She is a true artist. Tinashe is just a creative girl. The way that she words things and the way that she tells stories is like poetry. Next, another favorite song that I have from this month is Don't Let Me Down by the Chainsmokers. I consistently really enjoy all of the Chainsmokers singles, so I think I'm just like a big fan of them. I really loved Roses, and I like Kanye, and I just love their songs. They're like a perfect mix of electronic and pop, you know. Another song that I really loved this month was by Machine Heart. It's called Circles featuring Vanik. There are two versions of the song. I like the one that's featuring Vanik. It's really fun. This is like the time of the year where music starts getting more happy and poppy to me on my playlist, and I'm just getting ready for that springtime, summer vibes that I love so much. I love happy music. Yes, I know I shared like too many music favorites this month, but I can't help it. I just had to mention everything that I loved. So if you guys are too lazy to look up these songs one by one, I'm always constantly updating my favorite songs on my Those Soundwaves playlist on Spotify. So if you want to just subscribe to that and not ever have to listen to my music recommendations again, that's fine because I'm always updating that playlist. Alright, that's it for my favorites from this past month. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!